Family, how you guys doing? This is your brother, Pastor Tony Davis. How are you guys? Today is August the 28th. This is Friday night. Just reaching out to see how's everyone doing. I pray that we all stay prayerful in this season. I really wanted to express my concerns regarding men, black men especially, like everybody else. I'm not going to talk negative stuff. I'm going to try not to. I hope I'm not going to lie. Anyway, I'm concerned. I said it's the last time doing George Floyd. It just broke my heart, and here we are again. And people are making excuses about he had a knife in his hand, he had a knife in the car, he had a knife in his possession, whatever the case may be. But even in all those things regarding the brother, was shot in the back. He wasn't turned around, trying physical force towards an officer or doing something, turn around trying to run at them with something like I've seen so many others videos that I've seen other races do. I've seen white guys run at police officers, and I saw one of the lady, she was literally running around a car away from the guy, and he had a straight out knife in his hand. I've seen so many others. I don't even want to get into all that because people know it's true. They know this is true. Why we keep playing these games? Why are we keep playing these games to try to justify killing, using what do they call that? Using aggressive force. Does it take getting to that position where you have to kill someone that's not aggressively attacking? Now, if someone had a gun or a knife, they facing you and they coming towards you, I can understand, aggressive force, but in the back, I've seen this too many times. It's amazing to me. This thing has been going on for a long time, right? But now it's been exposed for what it really is. Amazing because God is exposing a whole lot of stuff, from evangelicals, especially this White House, to all that. God is exposing a lot of this demonic, nasty, low-lifted, dirty things. And I'm so thankful that he is, because we have free will. We have free will to make a choice, whether you want to do evil, you want to walk with evil, you want to support evil, or you want to support what is right before the eyes of a living God. If we all believe in God, if you truly believe in a heaven, Jesus Christ, the Son of God, the real one, not the make-believe one, or the one that they only justify when it fit their agenda. I'm talking about the real Jesus Christ of heaven, the real God creator that sits in heaven, that created us all, that created this earth, created the universe. He knows the number of stars in the sky. He knows how many sand pebbles is on the beach. I'm talking about that God. But we're in a position right now where people are questioning their faith. We have to look at pastors differently now, churches differently now. We have to look at politicians differently, and I think personally there should be a separation between church and state. It has to be, because if you do not, there will be only one particular Christianity ruling over another. In other words, if the White House said, look, we're going to just be Baptists. Okay, so the Pentecostals and the Methodists and all the others are going to be mad, because now you're talking about you just supporting Baptists. Therefore, it has to be a separation between church and state. Church and state. It has to be, because one particular theology will be ruling over the other. Hey, United States is full of different. Here we go, Baptists, Methodists, Episcopal, all that. There's a whole lot of difference out there. So there has to be a separation there. Has to be. Okay? But in the meantime, the concerns that should be in front of us is there's a lot of black males on video. There's not no he say, she say, on video being killed. And the sad thing is when it's trying to be justified. They try to justify it by a path where he had a criminal record. Does his criminal record say that you should be the judge and jury to kill him? Then they turn around and they try to justify, well, he had a knife on him. Okay, did he approach the police officer trying to stab him or aggressively try to kill them with a knife? No. So what justifies a person to be shot in the back 7 times? I'm waiting to hear from you. Maybe I'm missing something. I'm a believer. I'm a Christian. Am I missing something? What justifies shooting somebody in the back 7 times? I got shot 5 times, 10 holes in my body by gang members. It was horrific. Those bullets hurt really bad. They mapped out, 30 shells from around my dead body. But God gave me a second chance from evildoers that did that to me. I'm still here, but all of those guys that was involved with shooting me got killed by another gang. So God allowed the enemy to take them away, right? These people that are in uniform, that are purposely doing this stuff, or maybe they're being trained wrongly, that when you see a black person, a black male especially, and they show any kind of resistance, kill them, because that's what it looks like. But if you come across a white individual that's resisting, try to talk them down. Because understand this, I learned this, that police officers they are trained they have I think 9 different methods or several, it's a number of different methods to try to calm down a situation or downplay it. And lethal force is supposed to be the last option. That's the last option. So even if this man was wrestling with the police, he had one in the headlock, or he chose to run like the other brother did in was Brown, I think it was, in Georgia. Does killing justify running, or he had a weapon on him? Again, did he approach you trying to stab or hurt you? So if he did not, I don't care if he was blue, green, purple, all together, that should not justify killing someone or shooting someone that many times. That young man, he had a bad record, all that's been shown, all that stuff. But now he's paralyzed. Those bullets hurt, man. Oh my God. Wow. To shoot somebody that many times and try to justify it. It's sad. We are in a really dark, sad moment in life. It's really sad, y'all. The truth is out there. It's really demonic. And I don't care how religious you are. You cannot tell me that this atmosphere right now is an atmosphere of division, of separation, of chaos, of nastiness. And it comes from the top. I know he said, here you go pointing at Trump. Well, he's the leader. Words matter. I can play video all day long of stuff he said out of his mouth, and y'all, those that support him will justify it. Well, he didn't mean it that way. Oh, he's a good Christian. Oh, he's against abortion. He's against gay. He's against this and that. And then lying Fox News. That's a demonic station, man. I don't care what nobody. That Fox News. I know CNN lies too. They got all their issues. But that Fox News, that's a demon right there, man. That is a divisive, nasty, low-lifted station. And those demons on that station, man, those hosts are so undercover racist. And hey, I know you don't hear that part. I was trying to be nice, but I'm just being honest. I mean, I've watched Tucker Carlson, Ingram Angle, all. They will spew nasty, they will change the narrative to fit a dirty, low-life agenda. They would turn truth into something that is bad because they say, and they always point the finger towards, well, why is that black man doing that? Why is he doing that? Why is she doing that? That should not be happening. They'll show pictures of black folk when white folks involved too. So what do that tell you? Ain't nobody, man, we've been through this road before. This has been happening for years, y'all. This has been happening over and over again. This has been happening forever. We know this. This is an old game. It's one of them old cliche, one of them olds. It's from the old book of racial stuff. So either we come together as a nation and spew against this demonic, nasty racism, or it's gonna get worse. Hey, everything I've said to you guys for the last few years, actually, especially this year right here in particular, from the pandemic, I told you guys, God showed me where it's going to get worse. The Holy Spirit shared with me things to do to help overcome these things, and I did that. Even when I had to pray and do things for my wife's life, I did those, and for other folks that called and reached out and all those things. So I'm just saying, it's in my heart, it's in my spirit. It's going to get darker if we keep down this road with what we're doing right now with this leader. I'm pro-life. I'm independent. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I am independent. Let me say that first of all. So it's not like I'm rooting for Democrats. No, because they got some issues just like the Republican does. I am independent. But with what I am seeing with this nasty division between races and all that stuff, that's not of God. And it's so unfortunate that we cannot come together as people to support one to the other, to show love across party lines. Oh man, to come into agreement. We can agree to disagree. Where are we as a people of God? Why are we so nasty towards each other? And I was praying about it. I was looking around. I'm like, why is people so nasty like this and don't want to listen to each other and keep pointing the finger towards each other? And I look at leadership. I'm just being honest with you. I'm being real. What the Holy Spirit revealed to me. A leader set the standards. A leader shows respect. A leader shows people how to act, how to react, how to carry themselves. A true leader will show love, will show compassion, will not lie, because the Bible even talks about, even in church leadership, if you smack the shepherd, the sheep will scatter. You can't sit there and do demonic things and say demonic things and expect a great outcome. You can't call people, find people on one side when you know they dirty, they evil, they nasty. When you know the history, you just can't support that. I don't care if it's a black agenda or a white agenda. You just can't support evil. Now, I found out through research that the young ladies that started the BLM, the Black Lives Matter, that they did some evil stuff, y'all. I heard it from their mouths. They was doing some worshiping, some wicked stuff. It was wicked. They need to be delivered. But that does not demonize the words Black Lives Matter. Let's get that straight, because there are organizations that there's other people out there that's black and brown folk and Caucasian. I love seeing us come together as people to root against evil. All of those people are not bad people, as the leader is spewing and as Fox News is spewing. You got to open up your mind and listen to everyone. I listen to all of it, and then I do my own research, and I pray about it. Holy Spirit, show me the right way. Show me what's truth and what's a lie. I've seen some lying in the Democrats. I've seen some lying in the Republicans. I've never seen the Republicans so desperate like they are right now, till they're willing to sell their souls to the devil. That's what I'm seeing. It's so unfortunate. I would see if they would talk up when Trump said something crazy or nasty or something that's just not right, they don't say a word and they let it pass by like it's okay. And here we go. And I'm looking at how they treated previous presidents. Even when Bush said something crazy, they would say, President Bush, you can't do that. Obama, they just dominated. They couldn't stand Obama, boy, just because of the color of that man's skin. Obama was ruling from a place of all people. You know, he was going by what the law said. What the law said. He wasn't going by the feelings of evangelicals or, you know, and that's why they got upset with him and they pushed back on Obama because of that. Because Trump made some promises to them. You know, I'm going to do the Israel thing. I'm going to be against abortion. But in that man's heart, let his record show from his past, from the things he's done in his past. I researched, I listened, I watched, and I prayed. He's evil, y'all. He's evil. His heart is not right. His intentions is because he loved to be praised. Like he's a God. I'm just being honest with you. Oh my God, he soaks it up. Oh my goodness. That's not of God. There's only one God. There's only one ruler. He's in heaven, the creator. But this right here, let me just say this. This right here, the path that we're going on right now is an evil path. You cannot force people to do what you want to do because that's what you believe. You just can't. We are not the judge and the jury. God, the creator, is the judge and the jury in our lives if you're a Christian now. And the Bible says, obey the laws of the land. And we're seeing that not even leaders are obeying the laws of the land that was set by the people, by senators and, you know, Congress. It's not being obeyed. I think the Republicans had the RNC had a wonderful, beautiful convention. But I thought in my heart, I'm like, that is not right to use the White House as a prompt. I thought if Obama did that, man, they would want to burn it down. I'm just being real with you guys. If Bush did it, they would want to burn it down. The way this looks, it looks so bad because as a leader, the White House is supposed to be for all people, right? Republicans and Democrats. It's supposed to be for everybody, all people, and independents like myself. But for him to do it there, because I am ruling, I am the say-so, I am the deliverer, I am the one. That was demonic to me, man. I don't see God smiling at that. And then on top of that, I just finished talking to a doctor not too long ago. On top of that, no mask. I saw a few trickles of folks with masks on. And you guys know I'm an advocate for masks because of what I've personally gone through dealing with my wife and seeing other people. I'm seeing people in parking lot at the hospital crying because they can't go inside and see their loved ones because they're on ventilators. It's so hurtful to me to see that. I prayed for some of them. I prayed for some of the nurses that have been crying and weeping, and I just get their hand. I said, can I pray with you? And I would pray with them. They're hurting because they're not able to sleep with their family members, their husband and their wives. They are able to just be with their families. A lot of them sleep out in tents, and some of them sleep in other rooms because they're scared they're going to carry the virus home. And for this to be played down like it's not important, like it's not, like as if it's not there. And we're looking at numbers going up. And don't get me wrong, I do believe not all of those numbers are actual, but I guarantee you, I believe over 160,000 or more is accurate. I believe that from what I'm seeing as I've been going to the hospital and praying and talking and with doctors and people and seeing and dealing with it with myself, with my wife's situation. Those are a lot of accurate numbers, y'all. And it's very sad that people are not taking heed that this is a real virus. Coronavirus don't care what color you are. It don't care what denomination you're into. It does not care which side you're on, Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever you call yourself, D-dependent, whatever you want to call, Z-dependent. It does not care. It will get on you, in you, and it will kill you. Understand that. So for people not to do social distancing, I mean, this is all we have available right now. Social distancing and wearing the mask to try to help each other. Not just, it's not like you just doing this just to do it. This is helping us survive until a vaccine or a cure comes for this thing. And this is another thing. I do not believe that so-called cure vaccine is going to be ready by the end of this year. It just, because see, there's a testing phase that has to go for before it actually is available to the public. And think about this. And then you got to think about it's going to be used on the most vulnerable, the elderly. See, people that are weak, people that, it's going to be a while before we get to the actual public. And so we're looking at probably next summer before there's actually a vaccine or a cure, whichever comes first. If it happened before the end, praise God. That would be so wonderful. But in the meantime, in between time, we as people have to look towards each other and pray. Do the right things. We must seek what is right for all, not just one side, for everyone, because we in this boat together, y'all. And it's not going to be good if we start killing each other and hurting each other. It's just not going to be. Because if we keep down this path, that's what's going to happen. We're going to start hurting each other. It's going to get worse. And I'm hearing it in the streets, y'all. These black men, they not going to continue to allow their own to be killed like this and not retaliate. I'm just being real. It's going to that way. And if they do, how can you not blame them? I'm so disgusted of seeing this. And all I'm hearing is talk. No one's really condemning or really like put forth laws against police brutality. They keep on hollering about supporting blue lives, but the blue lives are the one that's killing folk. On video. They are acting like the judge and the jury before they even go to court. Come on, let's be real about this. I can understand if they resist arrest, they about to kill, shoot you, hey, or stab you. You got the right to use a deadly force. But shoot somebody in the back? Come on, man. And justify it by, well, he had a bad record. How your record look? What have you done in the past? Don't you think you did enough dirt that you should have been justified by God? If it wasn't for Jesus, you'd be dead today. You'd be sinning hell. All of us. Let's be real. All of us would be sinning hell right now if it wasn't for Jesus. Because we all fall short. We all have a record. Now, that does not justify him to have a bad record on earth in the natural. But the fact that he was so brutally shot like that 7 times, man, it's demonic, y'all. And this has to change. Or it's going to get worse. And honestly, in my spirit, heaven is groaning. I can hear heaven groan. God is not pleased. He's not pleased with the direction of his country. Even though you call yourself, well, we put the embassy in Israel, but then you burning everything else down. Well, we against abortion, but yet you're allowing babies to be separated from their parents at the border. I just saw it today. I'm sure you saw it on Lion Fox News. They found 30-some kids up in Georgia, up in a double trailer that was using for sex trafficking. I spoke on that last year. I said, you guys, this is demonic. I can understand you sending the whole family back. They shouldn't be here illegally. I'm with you on that one. But to separate them, and then I saw one of his leaders, one of his administrative guys talking today on Fox, saying that he was talking about putting upon them alligators. I mean, just coming up with all kinds of evil stuff to try to stop these people from coming across the border. Man, what kind of heart is that, man? These are people. And They are only doing it because they are trying to seek a better life. But hey, like everybody else, they got to do it the right way. I'm with you on that. But to think of evil things to try to hurt or hinder or kill them for trying, that's not of God. That's not of God. That is not the way God would do it. Jesus was among the sinners, the nasty, low-lighted people. He went there to change their ways. He went there to come to a compromise, to listen to the goodness of God, not to force your way of, look, if you don't listen to me, you're going to die. I'm going to kill you. No, that's not of God. This got to change, y'all. And if not, I'm telling you, it's going to get way worse than this. Because one side is not going to sit there and keep allowing to see the other side being killed like that. And I don't blame them. I will be with them on that one. I'm going to be honest with you. Because you cannot continue to go down this road and think it's okay. And we got to be so gullible and all this. Let's pray. Let us pray. Let's not. I hear some people, let us pray, man. Let's pray. Let's just pray. The Bible said works without faith is what? Dead. Is dead on arrival. You can pray all you want. If you ain't got no faith in your prayers, ain't nothing gonna happen. It's like a prayer going to the ceiling and coming down. It's gonna diminish. We must not only pray, we must do our part for our brothers and sisters. We must support what is right, not what is wrong. Now, what is wrong? That burning down buildings and all this riot stuff, that's wrong. I'm not with you on that one. And a lot of other blacks and whites, and let me just say for the black, a lot of blacks are not with that. You may have some little knuckleheads that's with that, but the majority is not with that type of behavior, because we know that we got grandma and grandpa, we got folks in the community that go to those local stores. We don't want them to burn that down, but you got these people. And look, another thing, you got these real radical, demonic racist people that are starting some of these riots. Look at the news. They showed it on Fox News. They showed that the man with remember the umbrella man? He was knocking out windows at the AutoZone. Look it up. He was a radical racist that chose to do that. He sparking riots. So I just say to young people, do not fall for the okie dokie. Do not allow these kind of people to lead you the wrong way and do the wrong things. The rioting, the burning, that is not the way, y'all. That is not the way to do it. And then look what hatred takes us to. That young boy, 17 years old, shot those people and killed them, man. 17. His mom raised him like that. Did you see? I saw her lifestyle. Why would she raise her son to be a killer? Her own son. Sacrifice him like that. And now look where he's going to be, end up in jail. And she don't even know if he's going to even survive jail. I mean, she literally destroyed her son's life. A mother that's supposed to be a loving, kind soul for someone that she birthed, to raise him with hatred. That's sad. Very sad. So anyway, people of God, I just want to share my insight. I've been asked by a few people, and that's where I am. I think there has to be a change. I'm not Democratic, I'm not Republican, but there has to be a change. The route that we're going, the person that is in office right now is not the one. He's not sent by God. Yeah, I know, I say what you will. That's not of God. That's the will of people that have hijacked the Republican Party. That's not the party of Lincoln. And they aggressively have taken over that party to take it into this demonic, nasty, low-lighted way of life, of hating a culture of people, of wanting to kill them or send them to their own country and all that old. And they from another country. This country was founded on my people, which was Indians. I'm born Cherokee. My great-great-grandmother, grandpa, they're Indians mixed with African blood. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But in the midst of all that, there has to be a change, people of God. This route that we're going right now is evil. It's not of God. God is not pleased. What a man soweth, that he shall reap. You're sowing discourse, nasty, dirty, low-lighted things that is demonic for people's lives. You're going to reap what you sow. Especially if you support that. If you're supporting that, you're going to reap what you sow. God sees it all. He sees our heart. You can say, well, I'm rooting for those unborn babies, but you're not rooting for the lives that are being killed on the street. You can't cherry pick your sin. Sin is not to be cherry picked. Sin is sin no matter what it is. I mean, we're going to talk about that this weekend, as a matter of fact, during the time of a Zoom with my dear friend evangelist, David Nella. Okay, people of God, you guys have a blessed weekend. I pray for the best. I pray for healing of this country. I pray for our president, because he is there. If he would just have a change of mind and stop being so evil, I think he would be a great man. But as you can see, it's hard for him to change from evil. Boy, that joker just go right back into the dirt. It's sad. It's very sad. So therefore, there has to be someone else. God will lead us through this. I just pray that God has to choose our leader and not people. Talk to you guys soon. God bless you.